You know, it's really funny how the world works. I was just making a van life video about it not being glamorous and about other people that are doing van life videos like um, Bunny and Beyond. How she's just bitching and complaining about everything, and I'm like, hey, we're in these situations. Complaining about it don't do any good. She was bitching about the cops, and then guess what? All of a sudden, right here in the middle of the day, in a park, this beautiful park here, this is Outwater Park in Lockport, New York, a fantastic place in a little city, down on the Erie Canal. But people were jogging by, and my dog barked at them and scared them, and somebody else called the police because my dog scared a jogger. So you can jog here, but you can't have your dog here without somebody calling the cops. Now, what if I saw somebody jogging and I was just scared because they were running? Or maybe I called the cops on them because they were running and I thought maybe they stole something. I mean, is that what the world's coming to? We're just going to call the cops on everybody for a dog barking? It's getting ridiculous, people. And it's just funny that I was just making that video and then the cops show up behind my trailer knocking on the door while I was on the crapper, actually. And yeah, so I came out and talked to them, but they were nice about it. But start being more understanding of the situations that your fellow people are in, your neighbors, your community, because the way this world is going, we're going to need to be more friendly to each other on a local level, because it's getting to the point where we're going to depend on each other because yeah, that's just the way the economy's going. But anyway, God bless everybody. Jesus is the way. Well, just as I said, there's always somebody complaining when you're doing the van life. My dogs were barking. Somebody jogged by and barked. Somebody else called the cops because my dogs, in the middle of the day, barked at somebody. That's van life with a dog. And it shows how many Karens are really out there in this world complaining because a dog barked. People got to change their ways. Got to be more compassionate for people in the situations they're in. Life ain't easy. We should make it easier on people instead of complicating it. But we don't do them things. And yeah, so we end up with the police coming to yell at us for a dog barking. But he was very nice about it. Just asked my name, told him my story. He didn't care about the dogs being chained up. He just asked me not to park on the grass. And said somebody complained because the dog scared somebody. If you're scared of dogs, stay in your house. I don't know what to tell you. People got to stop complaining and be more compassionate and understanding towards each other. That's what this world really needs. Honest to God. Jesus is the way, people. God bless. Morning, everybody. This is Jeremy. And my dog's Jazzy over there. And there's Mookie. That's my daughter's dog. I don't know. It's morning, about 10 o'clock. Just woke up. This is kind of a van life video, I guess. But a couple years ago, I ended up splitting up the mother of my two youngest kids, and she got the house, and of course the kids, and I had to hit the road. I had gotten fired from my job because I wouldn't use preferred pronouns. I was working for one of the big censorship companies, you know, that don't let you like be a free person. They really limit your rights. Yeah, begins with the first letter of the alphabet and related to the rainforest. Yeah, but I was working for them and I wouldn't use preferred pronouns for this 19-year-old kid who thought he was transitioning. So I ended up in van life. I've been doing it almost 3 years now. And I've been doing it out of necessity. And there are a lot of things that I do enjoy about it. There really are. But you can't glamorize or romanticize van life. Yeah, this is what I live in now. I got a good deal on it. It's only got 40,000 miles, but a tree had fallen on it, so there was some damage here to the front end where the tree had fallen on it. You can see it there. So it's a little crooked front, but it's an E350, a 4 winds. I put a few of my stickers on it. This is a park that I like to park in the morning. You can't sleep here, they'll kick you out overnight for sleeping here, but I come here in the morning to have my coffee and I chain the dogs up. But yeah, this is what I live in here, and that's my van. That's my camper. It's really just enough for one person and 2 dogs. Hopefully I didn't show my plate number, but oh well, I don't care. People have taken it before because I'm sitting in parking lots and they think I'm some kind of creep because I'm sitting there with my phone in my hand. But yeah, that happens. But anyway, it's a little beat up. You know, we'll take inside. See, you got a little bed. This is where the tables are, but I turned that into a bed for my dogs. And there's just the stove area, the kitchen. There's your bathroom. We got a fridge and freezer there, a couple cabinets. But yeah, that's basically it. And I've been in this one for, it's about 5 months now. I lived in a small van, regular work van, and I just put a futon in the back of it. And I had a little Coleman camp stove that I put on a table, and I had to pack everything up every day. Van life is time consuming, whether you believe it or not. All that time that most people that live in a house spend commuting to work, you spend putting your van in order every day so you can drive around and do whatever. If you have a fixed income, I suppose it's not a bad deal. So you can make ends meet. Because this economy, there's going to be a lot more people forced into this situation. There's just a lot going on in our economy that's coming. A lot of people are talking about this executive order Trump put out to help clean up the streets, and they're worried that it's going to make van life criminal. I don't know how true that is. I think that'll be up to the police discretion, but there's van life people out there like Bunny and Beyond that are just out of her mind about it. I think she's just burnt out. She's been doing it for 12 years. I can remember a month in being burnt out of the same old routine. So I learned to change my routine. I learned to change my van around. I move things around. I redecorate. I'll repaint. I'll change things. I'll put stickers up. I'll go to different places. Right now, I'm actually just door dashing because I have my 2 dogs. I can't work a job with my dogs, and I'm not making excuses. I put myself in this situation, I guess, after I got fired from the big A for not using preferred pronouns. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But that's how I ended up here, and I could go get an apartment that gets dogs, and I could pay the dog fee and leave my dogs in the apartment all day and then come home and let them out and clean up the mess they made and worry about losing all the stuff that they would chew up. But I chose to do it this way. It's not glamorous, and if you're watching all them van build videos of these cool vans and stuff, and you think it's like the rich hippies running out there doing all their great exploring, and just they have the money to run around and just do van life with no job, with money in the bank, a couple debit cards in their pocket, and they can go around and glamorize it, romanticize this, and make it feel like it's a beautiful thing. And it's rough. It's hard, and I get Bunny's complaining, but Bunny, you're putting yourself in a bad position because they're going to treat you according to your attitude. Like, say a cop comes up to you, a cop asks, hey, you got permission to be here? That's generally the question I get. 4 or 5 times I've had the cop ask the same question. Do you have permission to be here? And a lot of times, it's no. I'll tell them. I'll be honest. I'll tell them right up. It's no. This is my security system. She keeps me safe. Mookie's kind of a little wimp, but she's very noisy and has a very high-pitched, scary bark. But yeah, this is Jazzy Girl. She likes the van life because we spend a lot of time outdoors. We go to a lot of parks. We go to a lot of state parks. She loves smooches. You're my good girl. But she's been with me the whole time. I got her when I was living in my first van. I didn't want her because I didn't want the responsibility. I wanted to get out of my van. I didn't like it. I felt homeless. But then I thought, I can't afford to do anything else. Rent around here where I'm at in Western New York is about $1,000 for an apartment. Okay? So if you got $1,000 apartment, be quiet, girls. It's okay. No barking. They're gonna bark at a jogger going by. That's what I mean. They're my security. Yeah, she's chewing on a pop bottle. It's all good. There she goes barking. I think there's gonna be a lot more people that are gonna end up living van life. Because of things like AI. It's going to put a lot of people out of work, and it won't take but 6 months to a year for all these people that are living in debt to not be able to afford the bills, not to be able to come up with the money to get an apartment or find a different place to live. Not everybody can do this van life, so really consider all the downfalls of it. Space. I turn around and stub my toes on things all the time, even though I know things are there. And bugs, like the flying ant crawling up my leg. You get bugs. So yeah, I do the citronella thing with my windows open. There's solutions, but think of camping. It's like camping, but you're doing it every day. So you do have them expenses. If you don't have a fridge that you can run propane on, like mine, you need to get ice every day and put in your cooler. Sometimes I don't run the propane just to be cheap. Like in the summertime, I would be running it 24 hours a day. So I put a bag of ice in the cooler, like I'm camping. You can see the cooler behind me there. And I buy my food every day. I shop daily, except when I'm buying canned food. And I do certain things that are a little more expensive, like eating good. I buy organic foods. I drink mushroom coffee every morning. It's Rise mushroom coffee. It's fantastic. David from Adapt 2030 is selling some new stuff. I can't remember the name of it. I'm going to try it because I love the mushroom. It's all day, clean energy. It's $30 a month. That's $1 a day. And I do 1 cup every morning. And that's it. That's all I need. I don't drink an afternoon cup of coffee anymore. I don't use creamer. I put honey in. There's all these things that I've been doing to change my life since being forced into van life. And I'm changing them for the better. And it's hard because it's hard to want to do anything when you're alone. And van life, if you're doing it alone, you're living in your car solo, whether you're a man or a woman, it's hard. I recommend everybody get a dog, just so you're not lonely. Mookie, it's okay, Mookie. See, that's what I mean about they're my security. So This is why you get a dog. I don't even. Oh, she's seeing the jogger. It's okay. It's okay. That's dogs. They're great security. They warn you if something's coming. And I parked at an old hospital that had video surveillance. So it was shut down. I didn't know it had video surveillance, but it had motion detectors. So when you pulled in there, the cops were alerted. They actually, the owner of the property paid it. I pulled in there. This is going off on a tangent. And I was parked there, and the cops came up, and they just asked me to leave. So they asked what my story was. I told them, I saw a deer here in the parking lot, and I pulled over so the dogs could sniff it. And I figured I'd chain the dogs up, let them out, do their duty and stuff. And they're all right. Well, we gotta ask you to leave. And they told me, and that's it. Maybe it's different here on the East Coast. The people that complain about the van life, I think, are the people that expected it to be great and glorious and adventurous every day. It's not. And you need to support yourself somehow. Um, and supporting yourself can be difficult when you're living in a van or a camper like I am, or even your vehicle. You don't sleep well to begin with unless you adjust to the situations. You have to darken your vehicle up, put stuff in the windows, and then people really figure out that you're sleeping in there because you're putting stuff in the windows to darken it. Um, and then if you're in the same spot all the time, like I am, I stay here because my children are around. They're in the next couple villages over that way, and it just works. I've got some kids in Niagara Falls. I just moved from Attica to Niagara Falls. I've got other kids in the Newfane area, and that's up in Western New York. So I stay in Lockport, which is in between, and DoorDash. I bring DoorDashes to people. They're like, "Hey, that's a heck of a delivery vehicle," and it works. I can make like $500 working 30, 35 hours, almost full time hours. I do take 2 to 3 days off. I DoorDash for like 3 hours, and then I take an hour or two off for the dogs. I walk them, and then I DoorDash some more. So thank you, DoorDash, for providing this opportunity. Even though when I worked retail as a manager for a while at a convenience store, gas station, and I hated the door dashes when they came in. When them orders came in, they would just aggravate me because it was one after another, and you had to rush. You got a line of customers, and you got to fill the DoorDash order. It's even worse for restaurants like McDonald's and stuff. Um, you got a lot of kids working at these fast food restaurants, man, and they're trying to pump out these orders and pack them up different because the DoorDash. So there's good and bad to DoorDash. Um, I think DoorDash put delivery drivers in a different situation than they were when I was growing up. But DoorDash is a whole different video. Um, and I think DoorDashers should communicate together more so we can benefit more from what DoorDash has created because it could be a good thing for us. It could be a decent income for people that are living things like in their vehicles in a van life. If you're doing it, go do it. And yeah, you gotta give up your identity for DoorDash. You gotta take a selfie. You gotta give them your ID. You give them your bank account information. And I generally used to be a private person. All these people talking about censorship. I don't care about privacy anymore. What matters is that this country is falling apart financially, and this is an affordable way to live. But I'm still living almost week to week. I can save about $600 a month doing this. I do a little day trading too. That's new. I've been studying that for about a year and a half. I do okay. I only make. I shouldn't say I'm making anything because I've lost a little bit too. When I first got into crypto, I lost almost $2,000 trying to do day trades in about 2 weeks, and that hurt. So I stopped trying to do the $100 deals. Now I only do like the $10 deals. That'll make me $2. But if I do 10 of these $2 deals and cash out on them, I've made $20. Okay, and $20 is $20 because if I do that 5 times in a week, I've got $100 to put in my gas tank, and that goes a long ways. That fills the tank in this, and I can DoorDash for about 2.5 shifts on it. Because this isn't the ideal DoorDashing vehicle for fuel consumption. But yeah, I just wish people that are living this life would be more realistic about the situation they're in, like Bunny and Beyond. And I hope you see this video, and I'd really like to meet you. You seem great, and I understand all your complaints, but your complaints and negative attitude towards your own lifestyle are making it difficult. There's ways to make it good, man. Looking at this, I need to brush my beard, maybe oil it up this morning. A handsome fella that guy is. But yeah, you need to change your attitude, and I get it. Some days mine is horrible. I'll wake up some days. I'm a morning person. We usually try to get up at 7. I don't DoorDash till like the lunchtime hour, about 11 o'clock. Then I'll DoorDash till about 2, and then I'll stop till like 4, and then I'll go through the dinner hour. I do the peak times. And I only do it when I want. Like last week, I only made $200 something, but I took like 4 days off. I did a lot of things. I went to a couple state campgrounds. I went to some hiking trails I've never been to. I enjoyed myself for a little bit because something stressed me out in my personal life. The mother of my 2 youngest kids lost the house we tried getting and building a bookstore in. And yeah, that was just like the last 10 years of my life left behind. And it hurt. It's hard to get over. Because it shouldn't have ended this way. We should still be together. But we're not, and that's that. And God has his ways of working things out. So Bunny and Beyond, yeah, get a little Jesus in your life, because attitude has a lot to do with it. And if you ever come out east here, find me. It'd be nice to sit down and have a cup of coffee with you. I'd like to meet your dog Sparrow, the beautiful shepherd there, Bunny and Beyond. But yeah, stop bitching and complaining. And like you said, you're looking for solutions, Bunny. Find them. But when people are being forced to live in their vehicles, and really, I'm financially forced to. I could go work a full-time job, but I would be living week to week and not save nothing because of the cost of rent or the cost of going to get a mortgage, the down payment for everything. The system is rigged against us, people, and that's my whole point. And there are ways to stand up to it. I won't do this van life forever. I won't be in this camper forever. I will get out eventually, and that's my hope and my prayers. And I hope to have a homestead somewhere where I can be more self-sufficient, grow my own food, have a little garden. Anyway, Jesus is the way, people. God bless.